Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Carrie Roldan Show, where we spend 30 minutes or so per week having conversations that matter to the entrepreneur's body, mind, and business. I'm your host, Carrie Roldan. I'm a wife, a mother, a runner, a best-selling author, a personal growth junkie, and your total business BFF. And I created this show because I get it. Being an entrepreneur is a journey. It's a journey to self, to truth, and to creative and financial freedom. And it is my intention to help support you every step of the way. So on this show, we cover topics from marketing and websites to consciousness to hormones and everything in between. You guys, I am passionate about connecting purpose-driven entrepreneurs to the people and resources they need to thrive in their lives and businesses. So if this is the first time you're here, be sure to follow the Carrie Roldan follow Carrie Roldan /Business BFF on Facebook. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if that's where you're watching it. If you are getting this in podcast form, be sure you subscribe to the Carrie Roldan Show as a podcast. But basically, wherever you are, find a way to follow or subscribe. And if you're here with us live, please say hello in the chat. This serves two purposes. It helps us know you're here and we want to acknowledge you and say hello, but also helps more people see this live. So please, if you are here live, say hello. All right, you guys, I am super excited to introduce you to my guest today. Karla Silver is not only a powerhouse entrepreneur, coach, speaker, award-winning and best-selling author and internet marketer, but she's also one of my favorite people on the planet. She is a colleague and a friend, and I'm so excited to have her here with us today because I believe that the work she does will make a huge difference in the world that she serves. So let me tell you a little bit about Karla. After being downsized from her corporate career and going through a messy divorce, crawling into a hole and completely losing her mojo, Karla discovered network marketing. At the time when others in her industry were building their businesses in living room meetings, Karla took to the internet, becoming a top producer in several opportunities without having to bug a single friend or neighbor. Today, she's one of the top 50 internet marketers in direct sales. Karla has been a top earner in 5 different companies. She's built organizations in the tens of thousands and has personally enrolled thousands of individuals into her business, again, without ever attending a meeting or approaching her family and friends. So for those of you who are watching and listening today, I imagine, especially if you're in the network marketing industry, you're really going to want, Karla has a free gift for you. It's super valuable. It's called the Busy Girl's Guides to Profitable Promotions. And you can grab it by, if you're seeing this in replay, there's a link somewhere around here where you can get it. But you can also go to carrieroldan.com/busygirls. So Karla, I've been talking about you long enough. Let me put your beautiful face on the screen. There you are. Karla Silver, say hello.
Super excited to be here with you today. And yeah, you know, sometimes when I hear all that stuff, I'm like, who could she possibly be talking about? But I'm honored to be here with you today. You are one of my favorite friends and business colleagues in the world, and you are incredibly brilliant at what you do. So it's my honor to be here on the Carrie Roldan Show today.
Yay, thank you. And I want to acknowledge those people who are watching live and commenting. John Jerkovich, hello. John was one of like the original Carrie Roldan Show watchers when we were back on Google Plus, Google Hangout. So John, I'm so glad to find you over here. Hi, Diane. Hi, Janie. Anybody else who's hopping on? I see we have a few more than the people who have commented. So give us a thumbs up, a like, a heart, but say hello. And for sure, you guys, you're going to have questions or comments. So stay active in the comments. We're happy to talk to you about whatever's important to you today. But Karla, when I advertised this show, I told people basically, I have this guest and she's amazing and she's going to help you to market your business online, particularly in your network marketing business, without being a salesy weirdo, which those of us who understand network marketing, we're like, oh boy, does this industry need that? But for those people who don't, can you just tell us, like, what is network marketing?
Sure. Well, there are a million different variations of network marketing, but basically network marketing, almost all businesses, when someone says they're in the home-based business industry, almost all businesses are a version of network marketing. And all network marketing is a way to market and sell a product. So for example, a company has that has a product or a service. They have a lot of ways that they can distribute that product or service. They can sell it online. They can put it on Amazon. They can have representatives that go and sell the product to stores, which in turn sell it. There are a bajillion ways, right, to distribute or sell a product. Network marketing is just a different way to do that. And it allows people like you and me to be the marketers or the representatives of a company. Instead of the company having to go do all the marketing itself, it allows people like you and me to do the marketing. Interestingly enough, there are over 110 million people that are in the network marketing industry all over the world. 110 million people are in the network marketing industry and distributing products. The network marketing industry has, I don't even know, it's probably tens and tens of thousands of different companies and certainly millions of different products out there, if not billions of different products out there that are basically shared with other individuals. And that's typically how a network marketer builds their business.
Okay, so that was like a super detailed and really politically correct description of what a network marketing company is. And so, but for people who are wondering, right, these are other words for network marketing companies are direct sales, are all, maybe this is not a fair assessment because I don't even know, but I lump multi-level marketing companies and network marketing companies under the same umbrella. Is that accurate?
Network marketing is the umbrella, and there are basically two sides. There's the multi-level marketing and there's direct sales, and that's just usually just different kinds of compensation plans.
Okay. So if you are in the network marketing industry, you already know this. If you're not, pay attention whether or not you ever decide to become a network marketer. I'm just going to use the term network marketer to describe all of it. Karla's got some really great sales and business advice for any of us. So let me just back up a sec because I told a little bit about your story, Karla. I sort of mentioned you had you got downsized and you got divorced and you crawled into a hole.
I did.
But could you tell us a little bit like that moment in your life where you discovered this and how, because what I find so fascinating about your story is that it's so different than anybody else. I've been around a lot of network marketing companies. I've heard a lot of variations on the same story, but you took this different track. Like you found your way to the internet really early. Can you just tell us a little bit about how you found network marketing and what you did with it?
Yeah, so I had been unemployed for 2 awful years. I had also been a mess pretty much that entire time. And I was really just trying to find myself. And what I knew I didn't want to do, I didn't want to go back to corporate America. I just did not. There was so much pain associated with that. I was never home. I had what most people would consider like a super awesome job, but everything fell apart and I knew that I needed to make a change. You know, you get to that crossroads in your life sometime where you just know you must do something radically different. And I must have responded to an ad on Career Builder or Monster. So just check this out from the beginning. I already was responding to something online, right? That's how I must have been, you know how you're clicking away sometimes when you're looking at it for jobs and you're just hitting the submit button? Yes. I must have just done that because I didn't remember doing it. And a guy called me the next day. And I thought it was an interview. So I was, gave all the good interview answers. And then he put me on a half-an-hour conference call. And I got off the call and I thought, is that it? I'm ready to get started. And I was a personal development product, so I thought that's awesome. I was ready to get started, and I thought, holy cow. Well, I was going to say something else, but holy cow, holy cow. If it's that easy, I can totally do it. So, just the way I was brought into that company, I was brought into that company from an ad in a Monster or Career Builder. So that company said you must have a certain number of leads per week, and they recommended that we put ads in local newspapers in the classified sections. You remember those things, you guys, those pieces of paper that were delivered to your house in the morning? You can still buy them at Starbucks, but that's where I started. I started by just placing little $6 ads in classified sections of newspapers all over the United States, and then ended up all over the world. And because that was easy to do. A 12-year-old can sell their bike in a newspaper ad, right? But guess what happened? People stopped using newspapers, right? Everything started going online. So I started to figure out how to generate leads online. And that's how I got my start. I was and still am an incredible introvert. So I love to speak and all that other stuff, but it's a lot of energy for me. And so the idea from the beginning, thank goodness, because I wouldn't have done it, right? I wouldn't have done that if they had said, "Oh, go make a list of your 100 friends and call them." I wouldn't even have tried. I would have bailed on the very first day because I knew that wasn't going to be the way that I wanted to build. And honestly, I didn't know, and I was unsure of myself. And this is what happens with so many people when they get started in their own business. It doesn't have to be network marketing business. You're confident, you've done all kinds of great things in your life, you've achieved a ton of success, and then you start your own business and you have all these ideals, dreams, goals, all these things that you want to achieve, but then it becomes really personal and it becomes really scary because I wasn't representing a big company anymore. I was representing me. And even though I was confident in what I was doing, this happens to everybody. It's scary to suddenly be, you're the face, you're the be all, the beginning, the middle, and the end of your company. So thank goodness, because I definitely wouldn't have had the life that I've been able to live since that fateful day that I was put. It was May 4th. It's a long time ago now. May 4th, 2004. And that was the day that I began my entrepreneurial journey. And it's not, guys, I just don't want to say this right off the bat. It hasn't been all leprechauns and unicorns and rainbows and making bank every day. But I had some things to learn. I had some personal development to do. I definitely had to learn my way around some of the internet back then. And it's so much easier now. Anyway, I'm rambling. It's been great, but it's been like any entrepreneurial journey. It's been really hard too.
Thank you for sharing all of that. Thank you for sharing that it's been great. And thank you for sitting in the expert seat and saying, yeah, come on. It's been a journey. I've had my ups and downs. I really appreciate that. And I actually want to ask those of you who are watching live, just give me a yes if you can relate to the ups and downs on the entrepreneurial journey. And one thing that Karla said that really struck me is that you had some personal development to do, right? I think that our businesses are just like our children. We're not here to grow them, even though we think we are. They're here to grow us. Okay, Karla. You said you found network marketing, you got involved in May 2004, and my daughter was born that year. So I can totally see you have a teenage business right now. But I would like to, Janie's saying yes, she can relate to the journey.
Hey, Janie.
So let's talk about how not to be a salesy weirdo. Because I've been watching you for a couple years, and I see you marketing online. And you actually said something, and did I write it down? I started to write it down. Oh, you said as part of your journey, you had to recognize that you weren't repping a big company. You were repping yourself. And yet, so, right, you have, I think this is the cool thing about network marketing, right? Is what they're selling is a business in a box, basically. Like, you can be an entrepreneur, you can have your own business, but you don't have to deal with all of the crap of starting a business and sourcing a product and like all of that stuff that is involved in running a business. You don't have to do that with network marketing, right? You just have to, what I would say, build your brand. But so many people I see get involved in network marketing and then think they work for that company, right? They understand that they have a business, but they behave much more like employees than business owners. So how did you early on recognize that you were, quote unquote, repping yourself?
I didn't. What? It was awful. I will share this, and then we'll talk about what the big thing that happened. When I had been a salesperson in corporate America. So the other thing, other than I got to do this, was I'm going to be rich like tomorrow because I'm great at sales. And what I found, and what happened was I had two painful, awful years removing that sales bone from my body. Now, it doesn't mean that obviously we sell millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars of products over the years, but when people are looking to get started in a business or buy products, they want to buy, but they don't want to be sold. And so I spent 2 years trying to sell people into my business and failing miserably. And when I really got the fact that all I needed to do was use the system that the company gave me and take myself out of the equation, was when our business really started to take off. Obviously, we had to put all the other stuff in too, all the hard work and all the learning of how to leverage the internet, all that stuff. But I really needed to take that sales piece out of the equation in its entirety. And it was awful. So when I was referencing that it wasn't all perfect, it was those first awful years, 2 years. So, but what I found is, and lots of people have the same impression, that they think they need to go sell something or sell somebody into your business. And actually, that's not how it works at all. Think about it this way. When you're bringing someone into your business, it actually almost never has anything to do with your product. And those of you that are watching are probably thinking, what do you mean? I have the most amazing skincare in the world, or I have the most amazing transformative, they can totally transform your life with the supplements, all that, whatever it is. And I'm sure that's true. But somebody starts a business because they want to solve one of two problems, or both, time and money. They've got a problem and they see you and your business as a way to solve that problem. So I know that when people are looking and they're talking to me, I almost spend no time talking about my product. I never, barely. I also I'm listening for things that I can do to save them their time, or save their money, or save them a way, or give them a way or a bridge to be able to solve their financial problems. And everybody has everything different. Everything from, I've got, I have a horrible commute. I might be downsized. My boss hates me. I can't make my mortgage. I mean, everything under the sun. I want to have kids. I don't want to have kids. I want to spend time with my kids. I mean, there's every reason under the sun. And I'm there, and you're there if you're listening. If you're a business owner, you know this, you should know this, that you're there to offer a solution to their problem. My product or my supplements or my skincare or whatever it is might be amazing, but that's not the thing that's going to fix their problem. Does that make sense?
Yes, it totally makes sense. There's something that wants to come out of me, and it's I'm having trouble articulating it. But I want to repeat to you what you said, because maybe this will help me. You said people want to buy, but they don't want to be sold. And you're like, people aren't really interested in your product. They're just interested in solving their problem. So I think what I heard you say is stop trying to convince people. Stop talking about how great your product is and listen. Did I get that?
As a matter of fact, when I'm talking to a prospect, I do, and you guys could probably tell I like to talk. I have one thing I say almost the whole time. Mm-hmm. 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 Keeping my mouth shut, because your prospect wants to be heard, number one. And if you can listen to what their problem is, you can offer a solution. Otherwise, you're just that guy in the bar that comes up to you and says, "We're going to get married someday." And you're like, really?
Yes. Okay. So let's talk. I really want everyone to hear that, what Karla just said, though, about just listening and just wanting your prospect just wants to be heard. This is whether or not you're in network marketing. Like, what I've found is I used to feel really weird about sales, like really weird. I had the hardest time enrolling people because the minute someone showed interest, I kind of freaked out. And so I had the hardest time getting clients. And then what I realized, and people would be like, do a strategy session. And the whole idea of a strategy session freaked me out. And what I realized is like, oh, I just need to do what I do, right? Like, I just need to be who I am. And that means for me, I don't do a lot of I do a lot of but I also will then say, here's what I heard you saying. Is there anything else? And Karla, I'm getting a little bit of feedback, and I'm not sure how to.
I don't hear it.
Oh, well, that's good. Okay, then let's shift gears just a little bit, because I talked in the beginning, we've got this amazing gift of people called the Busy Girls, or guys, because I know John's still watching. By the way, John says he's been doing 18 years and he really understands the roller coaster phase. But that's just part of it, right? We're on an entrepreneurial journey. Actually, Karla, before we get to the Busy Girls Guide, I want to know, because you said your first 2 years ago, and I want to know why you didn't.
There was no way I had a taste and I had a dream. And this is actually perfect for today, because today is Martin Luther King Day. I had a dream that I was committed to. I had truly made a decision in the way the Latin meaning, I think it's Latin or Greek, it's probably Latin, of decision is to cut off, decide. To cut off. So I had just said I was never going to do that, and I was committed to that decision. And there was so much proof around me that there were other successful people that there was no way I wasn't going to figure it out. I met the first person in my life that was making over $100,000 from home. She was 26, I think, at the time. And I thought, holy cow. And Shannon, if you're watching, you know that's no offense. She wasn't anything special. She didn't have like some special crown, or, I mean, obviously she's very special because we're really great friends now, but she didn't have some special talent, some special crowns, nothing. And so I didn't quit because there was just no way that was going to happen. Ever. Like Taylor Swift, ever. Never.
Oh, I love that. I'm from you guys. I'm from John saying we're breaking up. Meryl's saying our echo's really bad. So thank you guys for hanging in. If we could find a way, we're on Be Live, and Karla and I are both familiarizing ourselves with the platform, and we can't find a mute button, because I know how to fix it. If I can mute Karla while I'm talking, it would help tremendously. But that's okay, you guys. Thanks for hanging in. Let's move over. So basically what Karla said is she, come hell or high water, she was going to figure it out. She had a mentor and she recognized that this person, if that person could do it, so could she. And she was determined to figure it the heck out. And Karla, thank you for plugging in your earbuds, because all of a sudden,
did that do it?
I think it did. So let us know. Hi, Cynthia from Phoenix. Let us know in the chat if the audio has gotten better. And thank you guys for hanging in. And let's move to, let's see. I'm going to look at our time. We've got about 5 minutes left, Karla, and I don't mind going a little bit over if you don't. But I want to talk about how to not be a salesy weirdo and still make sales, right? Online. And so I mentioned in the beginning that you have this Busy Girl's Guide to Profitable Promotions, which if I've got a link in the comments already, depending on where you're watching, but you can also go to carrieroldan.com/busygirls. I made a nice pretty link of Karla's gift. It's a 3-day challenge that really will help you to run simple promotions and create a frenzy of sales in your business. Of course, it is geared toward network marketers, but you guys, this is like good stuff. No matter if you're a network marketer, a coach, you have a service-based business, same principles apply. It's going to be really valuable. So I want to make sure you guys get that. I'll put it in the comments again, but carrieroldan.com/busygirls. But let's talk about that, Karla. Like, how do we, because I see it all the time, and I know you do too, like cringe-worthy stuff on the internet of well-intentioned network marketers hawking their goods until I want to block them. So help these people, Karla. I want to say, what are the biggest mistakes?
Well, one of the biggest mistakes that newbie network marketers make is just spamming their link everywhere. I cringe. I do my very best when people get started with me not to, you have to do the work, right? You have to actually ask somebody if they're interested in what you have before you send a link. Facebook especially is a social platform. This is a social platform where people are not looking to buy stuff, but a lot of you are looking to sell stuff. So definitely don't send any links, put links everywhere before somebody actually asks for it. Again, that's like that guy in the bar that says we're going to get married. No, we have to date first, go to dinner, maybe get to know each other a little bit. So you actually have to put in the work. So number one, in my personal opinion, I don't have any, you just don't have any links to anything anywhere. But you can talk about the benefits of your products. You can talk about your results. You can talk about people that are having results in your company. And then that just naturally attracts people to you. I have a new guy in my organization. He just put up a post and said, hey, I started a new side gig and I'm pretty excited about it. If you're interested, PM me for details. And he got a ton of leads because he wasn't being that salesy weirdo. He has a ton of people in his circle of friends. And he's brand new to Facebook, so he has a very, very small circle of friends. But if he had gone and put a picture of the product and link and click here, probably nobody would have responded. They would have thought, man, that guy's lost his mind. So don't do that. Just don't do that. Now, there are companies out there that encourage you to put product pictures, etc. up, and that's because it helps their branding. It doesn't really help you. It honestly doesn't help you. So what I do is I'll put curiosity posts, like the couple examples that I just talked about. I will interview on Facebook Live somebody that's having some results in my company. I also edify your upline. I'm working with this great person that blah, 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 right? That just creates curiosity. What is this person doing? And then I always ask people, PM me for details or comment if you want to know more. And that's it. That's all I do. And then the second thing that you can do is learn how to generate leads online. Definitely learn how to generate leads online. It is so much easier to do now than it's so much easier than anything ever. So there are people out there. There are 2 billion active users on Facebook every single month. 2 billion. A lot of them are your target demographic. They are looking for what you have, especially if you're in network marketing, you're also offering a business opportunity. And they're there. They're searching. They're up at night at 2 a.m. wondering how to pay the mortgage, looking online for an opportunity. So those are the 2 things that are really stand out in my mind, is just don't plaster your stuff everywhere, and then don't be that salesy weirdo that sends out links and people will unfriend you. Oh, I had someone, I love her dearly. I had somebody get started in my business, and she was a real estate agent. And so she has the ability to call up without her being on the phone, call up all of her people that she's ever done business with. So she set that up, and it was just blasted out a spam to her entire list. And I know. I'm like, oh dear. So there would have been ways to do that without having done it that way. So just be cool. Realize that people are looking. They don't want to be sold. They want to be able to be in charge of getting their own information. Let them do that. Utilize your company's system. Leverage and build your business. At least now, at the very least, learn how to attract quality leads to you by learning how to generate leads online.
So good, Karla. So I know Karla's audio got a little garbled, so it was audible to me. And actually, I need to just say something about Karla. And I see that there's still plenty of you guys here watching and listening live. Is that I recently was on a webinar that Karla led, and she had a similar audio issue where it sounded like she was a little bit underwater. And I was watching the people on the webinar, and I have a ton of experience in this industry, right? Like those of you who followed me for a while, like I've lived and breathed it for the past 7 years. And I'm watching Karla's numbers, and I'm like, oh no, people are going to start to leave because her audio's like getting jumbled. And the information was so good that nobody left. Like it was like 30 minutes of like, I don't care that it's a little staticky. I am listening to this lady. So anyways, and Karla does train on that when she was talking about learn how to generate leads online. You're going to want to get into her fold because Karla will train on that regularly. So if you download the Busy Girls Guide, which I put the links around, but again, it's carrieroldan.com/busygirls. You'll get into Karla's fold. You'll get a great jump start, right, into running a profitable promotion and promoting in a way that isn't creepy, salesy, cling on your friends kind of way. She'll get you started off on the right foot, and she'll take you down the path to teach you how to generate leads online. Karla is an expert at that. And one of the reasons, Karla, I had you on the show today is because I know how to generate leads online, right? Like I've lived in that marketing world for a while, but with network marketers, right? There's a special, there's a different way that it needs to be done. There's just a little tweak that needs to be applied, right, to the way that you market online, because so many network marketers are, I want to say behind, but behind a brand that isn't their own. There's sort of rules and things. And Karla, I watched her do it. I went through her funnel. Like, it's so good. It's so genuine. It's so easy. It's so real. And you guys all need to learn how to do that. So in case you didn't catch what Karla said, she said, the mistakes that she sees people making are mostly getting really excited and forgetting where they were when they started, right? Like forgetting the process that led them to finally make the decision, and just starting from that place of excitement and basically telling everybody that they need to check this out, right? Here's my link, take my link, check this out, look at this, right? Until people are like, I don't want to look at that. Instead of letting people get curious, letting people take their own journey, letting people ask for information instead of just blasting it for them. So that was the second thing she said, is write a curiosity post, tell people what you're doing, speak from your heart. You don't have to like have a script, right? If you need a script, your company probably has one, but please make it your own. Speak from your heart and your truth, and then have what we in the marketing industry call a call to action, which simply means ask them to do something like comment below or private message me. It can be as simple as that. And then the third thing Karla said is learn how to generate leads online. And if you want to learn how to generate leads online and you are a network marketer, or even if you aren't, you really should follow Karla. And the best way to get into her fold is to get that Busy Girls Guide. So Busy Girls Guide to Profitable Promotions at carrieroldan.com/busygirls. Okay, we are over our 30 minutes. I see that we've had plenty of comments, but not a ton of questions, but I'm just gonna roll through to make sure that there aren't questions we haven't answered. Just John asking if busy guys can get it. Yes, you can. All right, so Karla Silver, thank you so much for being here and sharing this information. Is there anything else you wanna leave people with? Anything you wish you had said?
Oh, I probably can think about a bajillion things for sure right now, but I know we're over. I am looking forward to working with each and every one of you, but here's what I want to end on. Carrie, you are a powerhouse entrepreneur, and I am just blessed to work alongside of you, to be here on this show. I am just grateful to be here, not just serving our watchers and listeners, but being a part of your wonderfulness. So thank you. Grateful.
Aw, thank you. And right back at you, kid. You guys can see this is a love fest. We could go on forever. I loves me some Karla Silver. And we love each and every one of you. I'm so grateful that you guys were here. I hope you guys grab the Busy Girls Guide to Profitable Promotions. Be sure, if you're liking what you see and hear, I've got a big goal of growing the Carrie Roldan Show this year. So be sure that you are liking and subscribing and following and sharing and doing all the things that you need to do on the platform that you are on. Thank you so much for being here, Karla, and everybody who's watching. Here's a great big virtual hug from me to you, and we'll see you next week.